Hello guys, bersama saya lagi dalam ORAITNOPO channel. Ucapan terkini sahabat-sahabat semua, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Perdana Menteri kita yang ke-10 dalam satu program dan juga perasmian International Social Wellbeing Conference tahun 2024. Jadi banyak sebenarnya ya isu-isu yang hangat diperkatakan oleh pihak pembangkang di luar sana, ya diberi pencerahan oleh Perdana Menteri kita. Ya sepertinya berkaitan dengan isu subsidi, ya isu apa ni untuk kehidupan ataupun belanja di masa hadapan, ya masa pencen dan sebagainya. Jadi menarik ya, banyak perkara juga dikongsikan oleh Perdana Menteri sekaligus menjawab segala fitnah, menjawab segala tomahan dan juga isu-isu yang ditunggang oleh geng-geng pembangkang ini. Jadi tanpa buang masa sahabat semua, satu kerisauan saya adalah adakah Walaun Walaun Tit faham dengan ucapan Perdana Menteri kita ini? So, mereka ini hanya tahu menfitnah, hanya tahu menunggang isu-isu panas, isu bangsa agama dan malah ya menyentuh berkaitan dengan hal raja-raja. Jadi tanpa membuang masa, saya ingin membawakan anda untuk menonton
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim.
Alhamdulillah. Al-Karim. Datuk Seri Fadilah Timbalan Perdana Menteri, rakan-rakan menteri-menteri, Saksi Mat Madri dan semua penganjur. I also take note that the presence of Robert Rich, whom I'm familiar with. At least I've read some of his books, some of his concerns. Unfortunately not ably implemented in the United States. Hopefully we're able to do something, make full use of his ideas. So, saudara, kita bicara soal menua. Kalau zaman saya muda, itu zaman kebangkitan revolusi generasi muda. Tetapi sekarang sudah ada kesempatan kita menilai semula. Sementara menyantuni masyarakat muda, kita harus mengambil pendekatan yang realistik kerana kenyataan kalangan dan kelompok rakyat yang menua itu sudah bertambah. Maka kerajaan harus punyai beberapa perencanaan prakasa baru untuk memastikan program yang ampuh, yang mampu menangani permasalahan ini. Sebab itu dalam beberapa rancangan kita, selain daripada bantuan-bantuan, suntikan tunai rahmah dan sebagainya, kita juga memberi pendekatan untuk menilai semula pendekatan sistem persaraan untuk pejabat awam, gaji progresif, dan yang utama juga ialah pendekatan KWSP dan kini dari segi sistem pension persaraan yang harus diperkenalkan, yang dimulakan dengan pejabat awam. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I alluded to the fact that during my younger days in the 70s, there was the youth revolution. The age of rising expectations among the youth and governments and international community, including the United Nations, has embarked on major programs to ensure that the voice of the youth are heard. Programs have been introduced to ensure that they do participate and the authorities show enough concern, care, and prepare them. This has to continue, of course. We have the Minister of Youth and Sports here. We have to enhance the programs to ensure that the youth do participate, and more programs to ensure that they have a place in society. But now, in this conference, you have seen a radical shift, whilst not ignoring the importance of our programs to ensure the participation of youth and programs that cater for the concerns of youth. We have to grapple with the new demographic shift towards an aging population at a rate which is unprecedented and never seen before. According to United Nations estimates, in 2050, the population of those aged 65 and above is projected to reach 1.6 billion people out of 9.7 billion of the world population. This is more than double the number of older persons in 2020 at 739 billion. Now, every continent is experiencing this phenomenon, which is further compounded by declining fertility rates. This unprecedented change will undoubtedly have a major impact on society, the economy, and politics worldwide. However, it is important to recognize that one of the major driving forces behind the aging world is the increase in life expectancy due to advancements in healthcare and improvements in general well-being. The progress that we have made needs to be celebrated and is proof that humanity can achieve amazing feats through technological and economic progress. Now, for Malaysia, it is projected to only take 23 years to make the shift from aging nation to aged nation, with 14% of the population well above the age of 65. And it will take another 14 years thereafter for Malaysia to reach super-aged nation. 21% above age 65. And this is, of course, alarming if we do not take measures now effectively to ensure that there is not only issue of longevity, but level of comfort and care, and all ministries, agencies have been instructed to, of course, deal with this issue. In Malaysia, again, the World Bank has projected that the demographic change is expected to contribute about 1/3 of the decline of GDP growth rate between 2020 and 2050. The expected increase in government spending on healthcare and social assistance is a headache for the Treasury, particularly MK2, because this issue cannot be ignored. And we talk about Madani framework, we talk about care and compassion, other than sustainability in terms of growth, and embarking on all these new initiatives on energy transition and digital transformation. Our concern is, of course, the plight of the poor, and we have seen that the older one becomes, then he is prone to fall back to the poverty trap. The old age population is more susceptible to poverty compared to the average Malaysian population, with only 29% of Malaysians having a pension, 29% having a pension or pension-like income during retirement. EPF data shows that 1 in 4 members actually exhausted their EPF savings within 5 years after reaching withdrawal age. Now, we have taken great strides, and I think Malaysia is quite happy to be recognized as one of those that have continued this culture of savings, or savings culture, but there are concerns, and this must be addressed. Many Malaysians are not able to maintain what is considered to be a reasonable standard of living after retirement. Now, in a recent survey found that 26.1% of respondents aged above 60 will continue to work until their health fails. They include me. As they face challenges in achieving income security to finance their retirement needs. And that does not include me. because I'm not taking salary as Prime Minister. We need to actively seek reform in the Malaysian pension framework in order to ensure that every generation in Malaysia will be able to look forward to growing old with dignity. New solutions are needed to make sure no one is left behind and that every layer of society benefits from social protection. Expanding EPF coverage in phases so that more of the working age population will become part of the EPF ecosystem will ensure that more Malaysians can accumulate adequate retirement savings for their old age. It is time for Malaysia to embrace serious reform in its pension and retirement framework to enhance its coverage, adequacy, and sustainability and ensure financial security and equity for all Malaysians in their later years and contribute to positive long-term economic growth. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, our unity government is absolutely committed to bettering the lives of older Malaysians and building a more inclusive and just society for all Malaysians in line with the concept of Malaysia Madani. No matter their race, religion, age, residence, or political affiliation, we have a duty to perform. That I have stressed that marked a departure from some of the obsolete policies of the past. That's why we begin with strict adherence to the principle of good governance, ridding the country of corruption which has become somewhat not only endemic, but grinding, because only through those policies on good governance can we raise enough funds to then help the poor, the underprivileged, and those who has been neglected somewhat. Now, to raise the flow of the economy, the government is committed to widening the umbrella of social protection to cover everyone and safeguard the rakyat in unforeseen circumstances. In this regard, the government plans to strengthen two pillars of social protection. For social assistance, the government will further strengthen social assistance programs to provide support and a safety net for Malaysians who are facing financial hardship. For example, this year, the government has improved the SARA, Sumbangan Asas Rahmah, by expanding the scope and eligible recipients in increasing its benefit amount. This assistance will help financially disadvantaged households purchase items to help them with their basic needs on a monthly basis. And this is more transparent than the habit of handing out money and food and facilities, and we have seen too many leakages and billions lost in many of our subsidy initiatives. Malaysia still recorded, and I maintain, taking all the funds disbursed by the federal, state governments and the religious authorities through zakat, etc., we probably one of the few countries in the world, and probably the leading in Asia, in terms of disbursements of funds for the poor. But we do acknowledge in the past the leakages have been astounding, and it does not really meet the requirements of the poor, the marginalized, both in the what we consider as the urban poor, the rural poor, or in the rural heartland. Now, to spur the labor market, the government will continue to strengthen training initiatives, unemployment assistance, and other programs to get Malaysians into jobs that will raise their standard of living. To this end, the Progressive Wage Policy Pilot Program under the Ministry of Economy and Ministry of Human Resources, KESUMA, aims to deal with the issues of middling wages in order to boost income levels and raise the quality of life for Malaysians. Our Madani government remains resolute in our pursuit to strengthen the economy, governance and management, including to fight corruption at all levels. Malaysians should and can reap the rewards of economic growth and prosperity. And in facing a growing old age population, we need to prioritize investments in the silver economy to build the infrastructure and spark innovation in fields like technology such as artificial intelligence and robotics that can enable active and healthy aging, increasing availability and affordability of technological devices ranging from smart home technology to wearable devices which can help track health markers, may assist older Malaysians in living healthier retirement lives. Improvement in accessibility technologies which can overcome deteriorations in mobility, hearing and eyesight may even enhance the productivity of older persons in the workplace, allowing them to contribute to the workforce for a longer period. Malaysia must also prioritize investments in critical sectors such as healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and infrastructure conducive to active aging. By allocating resources towards these areas, Malaysia can position itself to harness the potential of rapidly expanding market estimated to be worth $15 trillion, driven by the needs and preferences of an aging consumer base. Such investments not only promise substantial returns, but also underscore Malaysia's commitment to ensuring the well-being and quality of life of its aging population while fostering sustainable economic growth for the nation. Malaysian GNICs, GLICs, most of them here, including the EPF, Khazanah, QUAP, have taken the lead in investing in ventures targeted at developing the silver economy in Malaysia. I look forward to more involvement from the private sector in developing products and solutions in this field so that we are not left behind in the race. Preparing for an aging nation requires a whole-of-nation approach to improve the lives of older Malaysians and the citizens of the world. It is incumbent on all of us to build a better and more inclusive world for the older members of society. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum.
Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat, Prime Minister, for that heartfelt address. Kindly remain on stage as we invite our VVIPs to join you for the officiation of IIP 2024.
Itu dia sahabat semua ucapan daripada Perdana Menteri kita ya, berkaitan dengan perasmian ya, sebenarnya perasmian untuk
Yang Amat Berhormat
International Social Wellbeing, berkaitan dengan pencen dan macam-macam lagi lah sebenarnya. Dan sekarang ini kita sedang melihat ya acara pelancaran yang sedang dilakukan oleh Perdana Menteri kita terbaik ya, kita boleh nampak ya. Itu dia. So pelancaran ISWC 2024 International Social Wellbeing Conference. Jadi tahniah sekali lagi ya kepada usaha dan juga perkara-perkara program yang sedang dilaksanakan, dilancarkan oleh Kerajaan Perpaduan Malaysia Madani. Yang kita ucapkan terbaik ya buat Perdana Menteri kita, kerana tidak habis-habis memikirkan untuk rakyat khususnya. Jadi sampai di sini saja. Sekiranya sahabat semua ingin memberikan sebarang komen, pandangan, ya Anda boleh berikan di dalam ruangan komen. Tapi ingat, komen dengan cara berhemah. Terima kasih. Izinkan saya untuk mengundurkan diri dan seperti biasa peribahasa mengatakan tak apa pun kangkap dua ton keinginan. Dalam bahasa Melayunya, tepuk dadah, tanya selera. Sekian daripada ORAITNOPO Channel. Saya kita berjumpa lagi. Bye-bye.